So the first thing you're going to do is fold the paper in half, and then you're going to fold the paper in half again. Next, you're going to find a straight edge. This could be a ruler, or it could be the edge of a book, or a notebook, or a magazine, whatever you can find. And make sure you line up that straight edge to the opposite corners like this. Then you're going to draw a line from corner to corner, and you're going to do that on both sides. So at the end, you are left with 8 little pizza slices. Each little pizza slice you're going to fill in with examples of each element of art. And since there are only 7 elements of art, your 8th little pizza slice is going to be a combination of 2 elements. On my example, I'm going to start with the element of line. And I'm going to use a straight edge for my straight lines. And I'm also going to incorporate some curvy lines. You can do just straight lines, you can do curvy lines, you can make patterns with your lines. We are trying to focus just on line, and I want you to fill up the entire pizza slice. The next element I decided to do for my pizza slice was shape. I decided to fill in my pizza slice just with random abstract kind of shapes. You can choose to do this, or you can create an image or an object, but make sure that it is shape. Shapes are 2-dimensional, they're not 3-dimensional. So whatever you decide to fill up your pizza slice with, make sure they are just flat shapes. I decided to go with space next for my next pizza slice. Space is a little tricky. There's a couple ways you can approach it. You can focus on positive and negative space, or space as in depth, which is what I attempted to do. And I do expect your examples to be much better than mine. My next example is form. Form is the 3-dimensional version of shape. So do the best you can creating 3-dimensional objects. The next element is color. Now, since I'm home, I just used whatever I had lying around. You can use colored pencils, you can use crayons, you can use markers, you can use paint, whatever you have that is available for you. I just stole a bunch of my kids' markers, and so that's what I'm using to create color. You do not have to do it in stripes like I'm doing. Find a creative way. You can do patterns. It's really up to you. Again, I expect yours to be better than mine. Next up is texture. You do not have to do more than one texture in this pizza slice. I chose to do a variety just in case anyone was struggling thinking of ideas. Remember, texture is the way something looks like it may feel if you were to touch it. So for instance, I did some hairy texture, did some spiky texture, did some slimy texture. It's really up to you. Be creative. Next up is value, and value has a lot to do with shading. We go from dark to light and light to dark. A little tip to control your hand a little bit better with shading: you might want to hold your pencil further back than up front. That way, when you shade, you can use the side of your pencil and you have more control over the layers that you're going to put on. You don't have to make a gradient scale, a grayscale like I did. This is just me giving you a basic example of what value looks like. Since there are only 7 elements of art and 8 pizza slices, that last pizza slice you're going to show me what 2 of your favorite elements of art look like together. In other words, you're going to combine 2 elements of art together. Here I have form and color. I only drew a letter R. I expect you to be more creative than me. I'm just showing you a basic example of what is expected of you. When you think you're all done, you're going to go back. You're going to erase all your smudges. You're going to clean up your lines, and if you choose to outline some of your lines in marker, make sure it's black so that we don't get confused on which pizza slice is your color slice. And there it is. At the end, you should have something similar to this, if not better.